So shall we start? Okay. I shared the screen. Today our topic is communion in communities. Being a mystic, I told you yesterday, a mystic is not an otherworldly person. A mystic is one who experiences God who is invisible, in silence, and also he experiences God who is visible in suffering humanity. That is mysticism. We should not misunderstand. But without a deep union with God, we become just NGOs. We just become doing something. We don't need to become religious brothers to do that. Again and again, I remind myself, I am a religious. I am a God experienced person. When people look at me, I don't see me as a secular person. My call is different. I affirm that. My union with the Lord, I am a God seeker. Even as principal, as teacher in the school, they don't see me as a secular person. He's different. He's a God's person. And if I don't give that identity, then slowly what happens? Then I get frustration. I get meaninglessness. My call is special. My call is different. God intended me to be a brother, to be a God's person, because in Asia, I told you, religious means God experienced person. They should automatically feel like falling at your feet. Not because of your intelligence. Intelligence is secondary. I am in close union with the Lord. That is slowly missing in religious life. I with pain I'm telling. We are more secular than secular people. Even in the families, when you go today, they are much more God experienced, God seekers today, especially in the context of COVID-19. They return to the Lord. But how many religious, I'm not sure. Just praying morning prayer, evening prayer is not spirituality. Sometimes even community prayer we don't attend. We are busy. Our schedule, we take pride in saying I'm busy. No, part of my religious life is to be union with the Lord. I carry that experience in my mission throughout the day. Therefore, people see me not as a secular brother. I'm a religious brother. Brother, there is something different in you. You are not like others. I see something. People have an antenna. They will experience. If you don't present that identity, we are disappointing even God. So mystical dimension is the first dimension of religious priests, brothers, sisters. Today my topic is communion. You must have heard the song, "No one can live as an island." Do you know the song? Yes, Mother Mary's song we sing in our country. No one can live as an island, journeying through life alone. We are not meant to be alone. Our call is to live in a community. We are not journeying through unless we are mentally sick. Sometimes we say, he doesn't come to the community. He doesn't come for community meeting. He doesn't come for community prayer. He doesn't come for community meal. But he is doing the work wonderfully well. We are effective in our ministry, but we fail in our another dimension of religious life, community. We are not called to live alone. In a simple term, communion means relationships. In a more simple term, it means love. The world has come to the realization that with all the gadgets, with all scientific developments and technological advancements, what we need is love. In spite of whatever be your gender, oh, men, they don't need love. That's a false idea. Basically, we are meant to receive love and to give love. When love is not there, rudeness, harshness, anger, insecurity feeling, we treat each other not as human beings. It's not the work that makes us tired. Brothers, remember, work will never make us tired. Lack of love. There is a gap. So many times the gadgets we are using, we want to get connected to people. But we get connected to people who are far away, but not the people who are with us. That will not give us communion. Sometimes gadgets are we stay connected, but we go through terrible loneliness. As when Mother Teresa returned from UK after her visitation, somebody interviewed her and asked her, Mother, how is UK? Brother Xavier, please admit people. There are people waiting in the room. Brother Xavier. Yes. So Mother Teresa, when she returned, somebody asked in India, how is UK? Mother Teresa immediately said, UK is poorer than India. People laughed at her. How come India is better than UK? Mother said, UK, England is poorer because lovelessness and loneliness is the worst pandemic. We can find vaccine for this COVID-19, but internal lovelessness, we take care of during this pandemic physically. We wear the mask, we maintain social distancing, we take medicine, physically we take care of. Who will take care of our internal? That we don't worry about it. Worry about it. Once the seminarians were asked by the rector at the end of their third year theology, they were finishing their course. The rector asked, please share. Anybody would like to share? He asked about anyone who touched your life during these 3 years of your theology. One seminarian recounted his life. I came to the seminary at the age of 17 with one small suitcase to this huge building of seminary. At the gate, an elderly priest was there. The moment he saw me, my dear young boy, you look very tired. You must be coming from far away place. Give that bag. I will take it. Elderly person took my bag. Even though it's after so many years, but I'm able to recall. Love they can remember forever. He took the bag and led me to the dormitory. Placed my bag. This is the place allotted to you, my dear young man. Come, you are very tired. I'll make a cup of tea for you. That elderly brother took me to the refectory. He made a cup of coffee for me. Then he introduced me to the rector. That brother, that elderly brother, I still remember. And not many professors who have got so many degrees, who have edited so many books, and they teach well. That brother, this seminarian recognized what is life. What is life? Because our God is communion. You know, every day we begin our prayer in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. We don't call just Father, no. We always call together. Our God is a family. They always come together. They are perfectly live in unity and harmony. Every liturgy we start with the Trinitarian God calling. And Jesus, when he started the mission at the Jordan River, Mark Gospel chapter 1 itself says, first chapter, Father said, he is my beloved Son. Holy Spirit came upon him. Jesus was consecrated. They are like past, present, and future, one. They are like roots, trunk, and the leaves. They are like sun, warmth, and the light, united well. All our celebrations, we begin with Trinity. They are family. Jesus was born in a family. He could have just come down from heaven to save us, to highlight how important community. He grew in a family in the love of parents. When he was ready to establish the kingdom, first activity of Jesus, he founded community of apostles, 72 disciples, 12 apostles, 3 counselors, close people to consult, to discuss. He needed a community. I don't know everything. He could have done that. Community of disciples. However weak they were, this was not a perfect community, you know it. Community is never a perfect community, but we make it perfect by our love. We learn to be perfect. We learn from one another. And our every sacraments are communitarian. No sacrament is administered to us privately at home, except people are sick, communion. Otherwise, baptism and confirmation, everything very, very solemn way in the church, all gathered together publicly. Early Christian community we call. Early Christians lived in community, though they lived in families gathered together. A communitarian aspect. Relationships are, however highly educated you are, deep down, you miss that love. Because God created us in love. He did not create the other creatures by breathing His Spirit. Only when He wanted to create human being, He breathed the Spirit. We have God's Spirit. What is God's image? Love, relationship. Since we are created in God's image, we all long for that love. We long for love. We want to be connected. We get strength in community. And I was conceived by the love of my parents. You and I were conceived by the love. We grew in the love of our siblings in the family. They taught us to love one another, to share with one another, to adjust with one another, to forgive. All these values we were taught at home itself. Nobody was taught to hate, to belittle, to gossip about. We adjusted. We were appreciated. We were loved in the family. And we learned in the catechism class how to love God, how to love our neighbors. And when we join the school, we look for friendships, companionships. We always say we were friends, and when I was studying in the primary school, we still remember that friendship. When we joined the congregation, first we started living in a community of different kinds of people. We were trained in our formation houses for community life before we were trained for ministry. How to live in the community. Therefore, ours is communion in communities. There were 613 laws in the Jewish society. A Jew should memorize 613, too difficult to remember. Then Isaiah reduced them into 11 laws, easy to by heart. Micah reduced them further into 3. What does the Lord expect from you? To act justly with the Lord, to love tenderly with one another in the community, and to do justice outside with the people. What else the Lord? 3. Further reduced into 2 by Mark 12, 31, 32. If you read Mark 12, 31, 32. Love God and love your neighbor. even too difficult for our memory. Our memory is too weak. So, further reduced into, Jesus speaks in John's Gospel 13:34-35. Love one another. Only by love, everybody will know you are my disciple. Not by your castle, not by your cross, not by your other things. Only by love, everybody will know you are my followers. And Galatians 5:14, he summarizes all the 613 laws are summarized into one: love. That is what we are struggling. There is a film, a documentary film. I don't know whether you, Jesus of Nazareth. In that, a small scene comes. It's a difficult English, American English. If you just watch it, there John the Baptist is speaking very powerfully. All those who are not repenting, axe is laid at the foot of the tree already. You will be cut down. That's the language. Jesus comes in the opposite direction. He speaks. All those who are heavily burdened, come to me. Learn from me. Gentle, humble, totally different language. And John the Baptist gets very angry, upset with it. Jesus, this is not the language you should speak. Speak powerfully. Then Jesus says very beautifully there, one sentence, very beautiful. He says, John, if I were a fire, I would burn everybody. If I were an axe, I would cut everybody. John, remember, I'm only a heart. I can only love. Where its scene ends. I am only a heart. I can only love. My whole body, all the organs capable of loving. Because I'm brought up, I'm trained only in love. And that's a very beautiful. And Jesus was going to Matthew's house for vocation promotion. Because he already got 4 vocations. The first mission of Jesus, vocation promotion, founding a community. Andrew, Peter, James, and John, 4 vocations already. Now he is going to Matthew's house. As he was about to enter, James is calling Jesus. Jesus, come here. Don't go to that house. Don't promote vocation there. He's not good. He's a tax collector. We will not get a good name if you call them. If you call that person. Jesus again enters, looks back and tells James, James, the heart of the law is love. He goes inside and calls. He became a great personality after. The heart of the law is love. All our constitutions are based on love. You can memorize constitution. Sometimes we give test to the people, right? Memorize love. That's why after resurrection, Peter, come here. He must have been shivering to meet Jesus. Call Peter. Tell Peter I'm coming to meet him. Then Peter came. Peter, do you love me? He knew how weak he was. But he wanted to say something. Jesus, yes, I love you, Jesus. You know how? When all came to arrest you in the Garden of Gethsemane, all got frightened. I was the one who took up the sword. I cut the knife off and ear off. That person, I only did that because I know you are fit to be a leader. Base of every religious. We are all leaders in different way. What Jesus is expecting, the link. Now I can build my church on you. You are the rock. Peter said, Jesus, I'm not the rock. Bible says God is the rock. Yes, but I will do the construction. I will build the structure. You don't need to do anything. You just love. Now take care of my lambs. Be tender. Bind the wounds. Heal the wounds. And go after the last sheep. Love them. They are all not perfect. If you want only perfect people, you have to go to the graveyard. Only in the graveyard we get people perfectly lying there. Nobody gives trouble to anybody. As long as we live in the community. Do you follow, brothers, what I am speaking? Yes, love. Recall. Suppose I ask you, recall the most happy moments in your community life. Recall happy moments. Somebody asked you this question. What would you recall in your religious life? We would naturally recall those moments of togetherness, those moments of being missed. Hey, somebody said, I miss you. Those moments of being loved, those moments I was valued. That I remember forever. I love that community. Suppose I ask you another question. Recall the most painful moments in your community life. What will you remember? The moments being left alone. I was misunderstood. I was not even discussed with. They misinterpreted my actions. We never forget that person that Tuesday, 4 o'clock, in that corridor, in that corner. We remember every word, everything. Our memory will remember everything. Every moment also we remember. Loneliness is painful, irrespective of your age, your gender, your status, your position. Loneliness is painful. Why is this deeply inserted into the structure of our being? Because we are brought up in love. None of us were brought up in the forest with the animals. People with love. Why we want to go home again and again? Here we don't experience that love. Let me go and experience my parents' love, my family love. People, even old age, they expect. Nobody loves me. That's the cry of many people. I am alone in this congregation. But you are highly educated. You have so many degrees. You are in high position. No, still, we feel that. That's why we are called to live in communion. Our God is not an isolated monarch. Our God is communion. We are created by that loving God. Therefore, we are searching for that communion. Communion. There are three. Life is relationships. Life is relationships. And Jesus speaks very beautifully in Matthew 12, 46, 50. You can read afterwards. Father and mother, your mother is waiting outside. Jesus was busy talking to people. Your mother and your brothers and sisters are waiting outside. Jesus said, who is my mother? Who are my brothers? You. All those who fulfill the will of my Father. You are all belong to my family. Jesus is extending the family. Jesus is including all of us into the family. Jesus is Emmanuel. He wants to be with us. He doesn't want to be alone. That biological family is not enough. That's a small family. After joining the congregation, our family is extended. Everybody is my family member. As I love my family people, you all belong to my family. You belong to my family. And there are three ways of looking at, three important points. One is common life. We should not misunderstood common life as community life. What is common life? What is common life? It's like a hostel. It's like a boarding. We live under the same roof. Timetable is followed. Same place, same time to pray. Same place to eat. Same place to study. Same place to sleep. Discipline. Bell sound brings everybody together. That is common life. Next is community life. What is community life? Sharing the common work, sharing the ministries, sharing the finance also, sharing the vision. It's my vision, congregation vision, my vision. Accountability to others. A leader is there to coordinate. But many times, brothers, remember, a community life can also be hostel, can be eatery place. We come to eat, we come to sleep, and we go away. This is like a semi-monastic life. And today, all the more, because of this social distancing, everybody has got a mobile, everybody has got a net connection, everybody has got a single room, self-quarantine. It's all the more easy. We don't need to meet. And many communities, they have decided we won't eat, social distancing. It's an excuse. But they go out everywhere. But in the community, social distancing. They don't come for prayer together. We pray in the room. Very easy. No. Already brothers, families are affected. They go through depression because relationships are not happening. You are counter-cultural witnessing people to these broken families. How these brothers live together. How they live together. And I like, you read many times, 1 Corinthians, I read from the Bible. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 4 to 7. You read, but I tried to do it in a little different way. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 to 8. Love is patient, love is kind. Many times you have heard that. It's boring for us. I put differently. I remove the word love. I put your name or my name. Now I put my name. Love is patient. Inigo is patient. Can I say that? Inigo is patient. Inigo is kind. When I read that kind of churning inside, when I say love is kind, it doesn't make any sense to me. Inigo is kind. Inigo is not jealous. Can I say that? Inigo is not boastful. Every word for me is written. Inigo is not arrogant. Inigo is not rude. Every word for me. Inigo is not rude. When I am rude, how can I read this? Inigo does not insist her own way. Many times, each one insists our way. Inigo is not irritable. Inigo is not resentful. I'm only reading from the Bible. Inigo does not rejoice in wrongdoing. Inigo does not keep the record of wrongdoings of others. We keep record. You have always like this. Last year also you did it. Even 10 years in that house also. No, I don't keep the record. Inigo doesn't keep. Inigo rejoices in the truth. Inigo bears all things. Love never ends. How nice that is. Just to follow these 4 sentences in your community. Read in your community once again. Apply it to each one individually. And we read also in Psalm 103, 8. Psalm 103, 8 and 9. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow in anger. We have read many times Psalms when we pray. I remove the word the Lord. Inigo is merciful. The Lord merciful. The Lord will say, hey, I know about me. You don't need to sit here and tell about me. You look at your life and say that. Inigo is merciful and gracious. Inigo is slow to anger. Inigo is abounding in steadfast love. Inigo will not always accuse. Inigo will not keep her anger. That's for us. This is real life, but community life. We are like hostels. Hostels. We don't know sometimes whether people come to eat, whether there is anything left for the person who is coming late. Everything notice board today. Earlier we come together and then we share. What did he say? I don't know. I never heard. Just put on the notice board. It's not personal. Sometimes, how many times we hear a brother is dead, found after 2 days. We don't even know the brother in my next room is dead. We don't care about it. That is community life. Come together, pray together, eat together, finished. Next is very important for us. Communion. What is communion? Communion, caring for one another. I know if I go back to my community, I care for, caring for, a sense of belonging. You know how many times I've heard religious people waiting at the bus stand. Hey, your bus has come, go. No, even if I go late, doesn't make much difference. No, I want to go fast. My community will be waiting. And they don't know. They don't know. They don't wait for me. This is waiting for me. Waiting. I have a feeling. They say, we missed you. Not because you were not there, the workload we had. No, your person, your absence was conspicuous. When you are with us, there is a joy. We feel a kind of gap. Saying that is not an issue. Why? No, the ego will go up. The more you say, the person will be more joyful. We don't say it. We never say we miss you. Loving one another. We are happy when you are with us. We are happy. We wait for you till you come. Welcome back. We cancel certain functions also because you are in pain. Something happened in your family. It's like our family. Yeah, he will be crying. What can we do? Now we have made all the arrangements. No, we will go. No. We will cancel. I prepared the transfer list for 700 members. Everything is ready. Next day it has to be posted. Suddenly one of my counselors said, these two members were also earlier in the same community. They never got along. Again we have put, because each new leadership comes, we don't know about them. Again, then some other counselors, that's okay, we can't touch now. If you touch, the whole list has to be changed. That's okay, let them adjust. I said, no. Knowing that they cannot adjust, they're my sisters. I can't put them in trouble. Let me change. Even if we delay the transfer list for 2 days, doesn't matter. My sisters should be happy. That's how the others, other oriented. How will they feel? How will they feel? Community actually plays a supportive role for our mission. Supportive role. Community is a place where we release our tensions of the ministry. When we come back from ministry, from the school, lot of opposition, shouting, we come back and we share and we get released. But community itself is giving tension to it. And where will we go? We share our joys and also sorrows. We share not only our successes, also our failures. And we get released. And there is no division of labor here. This is your work you do. It's a family. We all share. Now, after this, I go to kitchen because one sister is online, full-time class. She's teaching. Another sister writing exam now. MA exam is going on now, university, online. They cooked a little bit. I will go and take breakfast. They prepared. Now I will prepare for lunch. No division of labor. Joyfully. No work is higher or lower. I can teach you. I can go to the kitchen. I can go to the jail and sit in the dirt. Work doesn't make a difference. I feel God is in every person, every work. Work is sacred. I don't escape. Nobody should feel unwanted in your community. Everybody should feel, I am wanted. I am wanted. The word communion indicates a group of people. But we see here, I want to explain to you 4 kinds of relationships. 4 kinds of relationships. Though we are created with the love of God, though we are born and brought up in love, though we are trained to live in community and love one another, we have lost relationships. We are broken personalities. We are split personalities. 6 ways we have lost our relationships. First, when Adam and Eve committed sin, they tried to hide themselves. They lost relationship with God. Every sin is breach of relationship. Every sin. I have broken my relationship. I'm not able to face God. I'm trying to hide myself. I've sinned against you, Lord. Relationship with God is gone. Otherwise, they were so joyfully walking with God, talking to God, playing with God. Now, God, you are hiding yourself. Relationship is gone. Number 2, between husband and wife, you gave the fruit to me, and they will give the fruit, blaming each other. Blame game started. I am not responsible. You. Divorces. Broken families. After marriage, next day, broken. Today, 1 among 3 marriages broken. For various reasons, between husband and wife, started that time itself. 3rd relationship, among siblings. Cain killed Abel. Where did he learn? Where did he learn to hate brother? There was no precedence. Nobody did before. Where did he learn that? Evil enters without our knowledge. Though we have not been trained, enters inside. Not only hated, killed. Killing own brothers for the sake of property. Putting them in the prison. Nobody will put us in the prison. Our own relatives. Our own people. They don't come together even for some function. Enmity is shown there. 3rd relationship, broken with our own brothers and sisters. 4th, slavery started. I am manager, you are slave. I am administrator, you are servant. You stand there, you are below me, I am above you. Who do you think I am? Who do you think? Slavery started. St. Paul says, treat your slaves with the dignity. Workers, how do we treat them? Staff, how do we treat them? They are below. If we were also not called by God, especially like this, we would have been there in the street. We should not forget. How do we treat? Do they feel at home? What is the climate of your school? What is the atmosphere of your school, your institutions? Do they feel at home? Already they are going through plenty of problems in the family. They come running to school. It's run by religious. But how do we treat them? Worse than lay people sometimes. One father was telling it seems, I want to dismiss this worker. He did something, terrible mistake he committed, of course. And lay staff was pleading with the principal father. Father, Please, Father, forgive him this time. He has done, of course, great mistake, but it's the first time. No, he has to be dismissed. I cannot keep him. Father, he has got a family. The family lives on this salary. He will be okay. We can correct him. No, you don't need to advise me. I'm the principal. I'll take the decision. Then again, lay people are playing because they know how to live in a family with difficulty. Adjustment, they know. Here we get everything. We don't need to learn to adjust. If anything is missing, we demand. And again, Father, please. You know what fathers, the lay people said, Father, you are a priest. They are reminding him, seeing the castle. You are a priest. You know what he said? I am a priest there, presbytery. Here I am a principal. Can you be two people? Can you be two people? You are principal there, that means you are lay person there. And in the religious house, you are religious. So slavery, African slave trade, you know, how Christian countries treated Africans like animals. Christians. In the name of Jesus, they did it. In the name of Jesus, our churches are commercialized today. Collecting money, even from the poor, and putting up crore building and multiplying our own comforts. Commercial. People become poorer and poorer. We put tiles and tiles and we become richer and richer with the people's money. People's slavery. Now today, slavery in a new form, trafficking. That's another new form. Trafficking children, trafficking women. We said we miss them. They are not missed. They are trafficked. They are sold. Not only people are sold, organs are stolen. Organs are stolen also. Business is going on. So we treat people like you are slave, I am the master. I can do anything. That is what happened. Fourth relationship. Fifth relationship. With the nature. Broken. Earlier the nature was friendly. They were sitting with Adam. Adam was asked to name each animal and bird. And they were with one family. Now birds and animals that turned against, nature turned against, Mother Earth is ripped. That we can see tomorrow when we see the mission. We have broken our relationship with nature. Nature is not seen as part and parcel of my being. Then sixth relationship is broken. What is that? With my own self. As St. Paul writes to Romans 7:15 to 21. Romans 7:15 to 21. I don't know what I am doing. I do sometimes what I don't want to do. But I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I am a split person. I am not one within me. I don't want to hate anybody, but I hate. I decide in the morning, I don't want to gossip about anybody. Finally, end of the day, I gossiped about, I spoiled the name. That means miserable creature I am. I have lost relationship with my own self. How am I going to build others if I am not able to build myself? Therefore, since relationships are broken in different ways, now we'll see our four kinds of relationship. First is brick relationship. What is brick relationship? Bricks remain where they are placed. They don't come closer. They don't go far away also. They remain there. Remain there. There is no sympathy. There is no compassion between them. Indifference. Indifference. This is what we call individualism. The greatest danger in religious life today When Jesuit general was asked, you go all over the world, you visit so many countries and your religious houses, what are the dangers religious life is going through? One danger, individuality. Number two, superficiality. Superficial life. There is no depth. There is no dignity. That's why frustrations. And more abnormal cases in religious life. Mental retardation in the religious life. Individual, they do the work efficiently, individually. They cannot work together. You give me the work alone, I will do it. Don't ask me to do. Don't ask me to do with this person. Indifference is much more killing. Much more killing. Holy Father speaks about globalized indifference. Indifference is global. We don't even feel that I'm indifferent. What did I do? I didn't say anything. But when I came inside, you went away. That's much more killing than if you have said something. I don't need you. I don't care. Indifference, that gesture is killing. Today in religious communities, there are no fightings, but there are no talkings. We don't fight. We don't quarrel, but we don't have communion. We don't have communion. So, lack of passion, lack of evaluation. We merely exist. We merely exist. Persons devoid of relationship can become bricks, coexisting but not communicating. We live together. That is not communion. Please understand. We are bricks. Bricks. There is no relationship, no communication. What is mine. What is yours. I don't interfere in your life. I close my room. You don't interfere in my life. You close your door. Is this community life? Number two, bird relationship. Birds of the same feather flock together. While birds of one kind, they fight and chase birds of other kind. They exclude others from their company. This is called sectarianism. If this were to happen in our religious communities, there would be no communion at all. Rather than within the community, there will be 2-3 communities. Each community is based on either age group, they all join together, among them only all secrets. When another group comes, they go away. Be careful, it's coming in the community. Or on the basis of race, on the basis of their own language caste, on the basis of village, on the basis of profession, on the basis of status, on the basis of education. Others are unwanted. Sectarianism. The parable of the mustard seed, I like it. Many people explain that this way. Oh, the congregations were like mustard seed in the beginning, then it became like a big tree. But I would like to explain the branches, all the birds found shelter. In our community, everybody should feel protection, shelter. I may belong to whatever category, my community. Otherwise, what happens in this bird relationship? There is no congregational interest, particular interest of that particular, especially when election time comes, we see the dramas in our congregation. They join together. They speak like this. Small communities in that particular community. The community appears as unrelated parts patched up. Patched up only. So those who have lost meaning, those who have lost hope, Those who feel defeated, they should find shelter in our community. I remember one sister was telling me, if somebody had said one nice word about me in my community, I wouldn't have got this diabetes. Most of our sicknesses, we don't say nice word, but we are ready to say negative word. It comes easily. And especially birds. What a feeling, I don't belong to this community. They belong to that group, this belong to this group. Third, we don't have much time to go. Brothers, please, you sit and reflect these relationships. Otherwise, I can go on for a day. I have to stop now. Be relationship. I'll finish this and I'll stop. Otherwise, it is in between. Be relationship. Bees live in large communities in their hives. They work very hard all the time. They are workaholics. They work all the time. The complaint of these religious, we have no time to finish the work. 24 hours not enough. As a result, one's presence is felt in the field rather than in the community. Sunday also, I say sometimes my sisters, did you marry the office room? Sunday also they don't want. But my brother died, was a principal of a big school, my elder brother. 3,000 children, took care of the family. Parish council member attend parish council meeting Sunday. He goes for collection, subscription for the parish. My village is far away. He goes to village, take care of her. But he's a successful principal. But no, you don't know how much work I have. You've never been principal. Yes, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. You want to, it's an escapism. Work is an excuse for us not to meet anybody. Filling the timetable with various work. How difficult, to get them even for one recollection? They are not available. No, you do the recollection. I have my work. Where will you get strength? Are you lay? Even lay people today find time for retreats today. Well, a person is living in my apartment here. I was going with him one day in the vehicle. He said, I will drop you because we have to take the buses everywhere. On the way, he was asking me, sister, what is SQ? I said, why do you want to know about SQ? Spiritual quotient. No, sister, I'm no manager. I'm going to give a talk to my employees. I know to talk about IQ and EQ. Emotional quotient, I'm talking. But today, my employees also need a spiritual basis. Imagine who talks about SQ. How about our institutions? Do they feel that ours are spiritual centers? Our institutions are spiritual learning centers. Are they only bothered about results, result-oriented? Anybody can do that. Here, work, in spite of the work, they feel they have not finished the work. And the result will be, I tell you, burnout. Burnout. And they need sabbatical. Even in sabbatical time, they keep themselves busy. They can't. Suppose if they retire from the profession, they simply die because there's nothing to do. For you, profession, not mission. Profession is you have joined for profession or you have joined for mission. Profession is different. So you want to be busy. People stand in the queue. No time for you to say hello also to people. After retirement, you wait. Nobody will come. Bishops, I know, up to 75 people wait to meet them. After 75, almost all bishops' medical record shows heart attack, heart problem. Why? You are nobody now. Work only kept you busy. Can I take 5 minutes and finish the fourth one and give the break? So, They are busy bees. All the time taking the vehicle, putting the bag. Don't know whether they are coming in or we have to ask, hey, coming in or going out? We don't know when they will come in. We don't know when they will eat. Vehicle in their hand, go. Don't ask. Independent. Fourth, last relationship. It looks like negative, we can make it positive. Butterfly relationship. You know, butterflies, they move from flower to flower. In religious communities, there is often functional relationship. I need you to perform some task. They all work together, they talk to each other. There is rarely deep, trustworthy, intimate relationship. But functionally, we look apparent cordiality. We all live together. Calculative relationship. What will I get if I am friendly? Credit should come to me. Retired, there is no place there. Unattractive people, no place there. Non-earning members, no place there. You are not earning. You are earning. You should be useful. Butterfly collecting honey. And this collecting, and you are not doing anything. Members feel unwanted. You may be in the community crowd, you feel terribly lonely. Lonely. In one day, we had a school function in one of our schools. One sister, I can only give my example. Sister was in the bed. Difficult for her to get a wheelchair only. That day, grand function. Sometimes when functions are happening, our elderly people, they don't know what is happening. Through the workers only they should come to know. We don't even remember. But this principle, wonderful principle. Everything is ready. Stage is set. People are coming. Parents' Day. Children are getting to give program. She went to the room where the sister is lying in the bed. Amma, I want you to come to there. Just 2 minutes. Bless the campus and come out. No, ma, I can't get up and come. No, I'll take you in the wheelchair. Slowly I'll take you. Come. Just to bless the whole atmosphere. I'll bring you back. How would that sister feel? You don't need to do money, great things. Just one gesture. We can do it, but we don't do it. And a community was going for rally outside, fighting for the rights of the people. There's no drinking water in the village. Sometimes we encourage. When they go as a group, they get water. There's one senior sister, she cannot go and shout slogan. That doesn't mean she is unwanted. The sisters, all three said, Ma, you are going to pray. You are going to light the candle for the success of the rally. If nothing happens, we will come and catch you. How would that sister feel? I am also part of the rally today. When they all returned, she prepared a cup of tea. Ready? Come and sit. What happened? Nothing happened. Did you pray? Playing like this. Not functional. Not functional. Each one is God's image. Love. I just take a break. Any question you want to ask? Or anything you want to substitute or complement? Anything. Maybe silence also. Yeah.
Hello, sister.
Yes. Yeah.
This is Brother Binoy.
Yes.
Would you please explain a bit more lay person?
lay person, it's a call. It's a call. That is also the church recognizes calls to three walks of life. Call to religious life, call to married life, call to remain single. Single. They're neither single, diocesan priests. They don't join community life, religious life. They remain single. Some people also remain single. It's a call, nothing higher or lower. Nothing higher. Just because they are called to married life. In fact, married life is a sacrament. But I'm not called, that's all. But where I am called,
You cannot unmute. You have to unmute, Sister Inigo.
yes. Here, if I am called to lay life, I have a particular duties for my family and I have to make a sacrifice. I need to yearn for my family. I need to take care of but as a lay but religious. My family is a larger family. Therefore, lay is not something low. I'm not saying that. My parents are lay people. That's why they are able to give so many to religious life. I'm not talking lay in that sense, but you are not for your particular family, you are not for accumulating, you are not for saving, you are not to be selfish. Lay people can be because that's their life. Is that okay, brother? Yeah, little bit because yes. But lay itself is a vocation.
Okay, is it, division in the church, those who take the ordination and those who don't take the ordination? So that is technically lay or what?
That is a criminal sin. If they see the difference, what is that? Call is different. We are all in God's image. That's all. This is a function. That's all. You are called to do a function as a priest. That's all. Not high or low. Early Christian community, they all celebrated together. There was no priestly. It came in the Middle Ages. So you are called to do a function there. That's all. You understand? But function itself is for superiority today. That's the mistake. Principle is a function in the school. That's all. Once you come to the community, no more superior or inferior. We are community. Function makes us to feel that I'm superior. That's where the sin appears. I'm called to be general. 12 years general, finished. I'm same Inigo today. No more commanding. Inigo. 12 years, the function was given. Over, finished. As you do one ministry, I did administration ministry. That's all. There is no superiority. If that happens in the church, that is the sin. That's why Jesus said, don't call anybody father, mother and all that. Call everybody brother and sister. Yes, thank you very much, brother. Wonderful question. Shall we go?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So communion indicates a group of people. Today the community, only 2 people. That cannot be a community. For the sake of mission, we form small community. How long they look at each other? Of course, families, they are 2. Don't compare family. We are called to live in a group. That's why canon law says 3 and above. We need a community committed to a cause. It implies humility. We learn from each other. We make ourselves vulnerable, sharing not only our ideas and gifts, but also difficulties and failures. We make ourselves fragile. The greatest misery is not just AIDS and cancer and COVID-19. but also loneliness, lovelessness, rejection, and being abandoned. We long for relationships. Who doesn't want love? Tell me. Who doesn't want love? Who doesn't want to be loved? Who doesn't want to love? Only we can show outside. Deep down, we do everything. Our main, why everybody wants to do double MA, triple MA, all want to study PhD. PhD, permanently head damaged. That's what I say, PhD. So, PhD. One sister was sent to America to do PhD in communication. Perfectly she did. First class. She returned gloriously with the PhD degree in communication. She doesn't communicate with anybody. We have degrees. We have degrees, but we lose humanness. The more highly intellectual you are, difficult to live with you. Difficult to work with you sometimes. I'm not saying everybody, because intellectual stuff we always appreciate. IQ. But we need people. Today, question paper is changed by the company. Company earlier, they give the question only IQ. Today, they are giving many questions based on EQ, because the manager should be able to deal with 100 employees very amicably. What's the use of your high 2-3 degrees if you can't live with these 100 employees and get work done by them? Work efficiency, not only intellectual ability, but also IQ. And today we talk about SQ. SQ. So communication facilities are on the increase today. All the time the complaint is they are on the gadgets. All the time on the mobiles. Once one sister was waiting to meet the superior to talk. The superior was sitting like this. So the sister was waiting, knowing that the superior is on phone. The other sister passed that way. She asked, why are you waiting? No, superior is on the phone. No, superior is not on the phone. She is all the time on the phone. Even when she is not phoning, hand automatically comes like this only. 24 hours phone means where the hand will be when you are free also. It's a nuisance today, though it's the greatest gift of God. You know, I upload it every month, 2-3, the word of God based on my own way. I have to send this to you also. Father Arul Raj knows it. So, touch of the button, whole world gets my knowledge. Touch of the button, whole world gets my articles. That's the blessing of these gadgets. Now I am able to reach out to you wherever you are. It's a blessing. But if it is in the wrong hands, we misuse them. Instead of using them for communication and God's mission, they are for God's mission. Many exist. Very few are alive in our communities. We have landed on the moon. Communication facilities like WhatsApp, Skype, email, smartphone, iPhone, Facebook, internet, we are in everything. But there is no communion. More gadgets to connect us, but more loneliness and more depression. Suicide rate is more high today with all the gadgets. So to love, we don't need gadgets. Good old days, we never had gadgets, but we were in communion with each other. Today, more gadgets. That doesn't mean I want second phone, I want third SIM, I want so many SIMs. But you are not in relationship there. You go through terrible loneliness. Yes. Many are leaving Catholic Church today. You know why? For fellowship. In the Catholic Church, there is no fellowship experience. We come for worship, not for fellowship. After prayer, after mass, after everything, each one will go away. Whereas in other denominations, they stay together. They look at each other. Is your child not admitted? Can I help you? You don't have money? Can we collect? Who is in the hospital? Can I come and see you? Here, nobody bothers about. Ours is only vertical relationship. There is no horizontal. But our God is a triangle God. God, me, and others. It's a relationship. The more I go to the church and for prayer and liturgy, the more horizontal relationship to happen. I can worship God at home also. But why I go to the church? Come, my brothers and sisters. It's an assembly of God. We come together. We look at each other. Chennai floods, I still remember, I read in the paper first time, the water level was going up, up, up. And so many who were living in the flats, they started going up. Finally, they landed on the terrace. First time they were meeting each other. Each one was asking, are you living in the same apartment? Yes. For how many years? For the past 10 years. They never met each other. Each one is an island in an apartment. Possible. Weekends are very important today for families. They go to the restaurant. Why? Not only to eat. At least we can sit and look at each other. Otherwise, all the time in the kitchen, wife is. It's a good family gathering. And slowly they eat. Not only eating, even that server also, he will bring very slowly only food. Why? We want to talk. Relationship places. Today, many countries are planning to abolish capital punishment, death sentence, but lifelong imprisonment. That's much more killing rather than just to be killed one day. But no capital punishment. I also fight for it. But lifelong imprisonment is what? Loneliness. It's much more killing there. In the prisons, you must see the people's faces. When you go there, they will tell you, where is God? And the couple, husband and wife, after 20 years of married life, they went to the court asking for divorce. 20 years. The judge asked, after 20 years, why you have come now? Wife said, 20 years this man did not speak to me. The judge asked, why didn't you speak to your wife 20 years? Husband said, she did not allow me to speak. So we don't, one person takes voice all the time, even in our community. One person has got the voice, speaking all the time. So, yes. So anyhow, communion is not just following the timetable. Doesn't happen. Communion is not that we are regular for everything. Doesn't happen. Yes. We are related to each other, neither functionally nor hierarchically. We are not hierarchical in the community. That's only in the institution. That's for functional. As general, I sit in the general room. That's all. After that, when I go to the refectory, there's no particular place. When I go to the chapel, not that particular, I should come and start. Equal. Even in the chapter, once the chapter begins, we say, general has no role to play. You decide and tell me. My duty is only to implement. Because chapter, all the delegates are equal. General, no more general. Once the chapter is declared, speak and tell me. So we are connected to each other, not by function. If you think of your function, you can never be connected. Not hierarchical. That's very much in our religious houses. But as persons, as brothers and sisters, as children of one God, we have to remind ourselves. It is a relationship that transcends one's office and function. We are human doings. We are not called human doings. We are not machines. We are called human beings. Being together. So ministry is an excuse, not meeting others. Ministry is you can come if you want. All are there waiting for you. I want to enjoy my community. No, let them finish eating. I'll go alone. Eating is not a personal work. We are not eating for the sake of eating. It's a community act. We enjoy being in the laughter. There also don't put on the TV. Already TV, everything negative. Don't start crying there. serials and all that. That's not the time for us. Look at each other. Communion comes only when individuals are made to feel welcomed, valued, and loved. Sometimes we ask, brother likes this, I want to cook. Sister likes this, I want to cook without telling. Hey, I like this, sister. I know it, that's why I cook. Little acts, how to make people happy. Why? For sake of mission. Then only they will do the mission better. Mission is important for me. For mission, community. Community is not only for mission, community itself is a mission. Please remember. Living in the community itself is a mission. Living together itself is a mission. Paperwork before people work. Multiplying paperwork. Computers are adding to that. Gadgets are given to reduce our workload. Earlier, you remember with that typewriter and with that Xerox machine, one by one, making mistake may start again. Today, cut is to copy and paste. Touch the button, 1,000 copies. Gadgets are doing more work. So more time available for community, relationship and mission. But gadgets are taking our time today. Why is not coming? Busy on the computer. Busy sending email. One line is over. Busy on the other line. Today, too many lines, but we are not available. Earlier, one line we were available. And then, no, just gone for meeting. No, just she'll come to eating. No, just outing. Eating, meeting, outing, cheating. None of us are available. Being available, that means we think we are not doing anything. It's a wrong idea. Whenever people come, my table is clean, nothing. Sister, you are so free now. Because you have come, you are more important. At that time, phoning also. No, you talk, I will phone. I can do two things. No, this is disrespect for the person. Some people I know, they go for visitation. They are busy with their phone calls. Tell everybody, I'm going for visitation. That community is very important for me. I want to concentrate there. You can wait, or somebody I keep in charge. Decentralize your mission and come. You are doing wonderful mission here. You can't do two things. Paperwork. People are opportunities. People are not disturbances. My work is a disturbance for me to meet people. Lately, I discovered work is not disturbed by, hey, you are coming, you have disturbed. No, my work is disturbing me from meeting you. That's the other way you have to put it. All the time work will be there. People are precious. That's why the apostles were not mystics. They were not in union with when they were living with Jesus. Therefore, they said, send them away. Send them away. But Jesus said, Mere paas aiye, come to me. Jesus says, give them something to eat, but they are telling, send them away. People are nuisance for Jesus. People are opportunity. Why have we joined the religious life? People. Finally, no time for people. Gadgets take all our time. And even novices are very busy. Novices. I'm very busy. Are we training them for busy schedule? One novice was telling, I love my ministry, but I can't stand people. What is the meaning? What is ministry then? Machines. Machines. We are comfortable with machines. Everybody has got some room, office room, administrator room, account room. Go into the room. People are disturbances. People want our attention when we come there. Even when they come to your school, to the office room, they come with not to play with you. They have so many pains. They want to download all their pains. After meeting you, brother, you don't need to say anything. The child goes and sits next to mother. 5 minutes. Mother doesn't say anything. And the child says, Mami, theek ho gaya, main ja raha. Main kuch nahi bola. Mother didn't say anything. But the child says, main theek ho gaya. I'm okay. Why? Sitting near the mother. That feeling of love, comfort, affection. When they come to your room, they feel that affection. They feel that, yes, we have somebody. You can get 100% result. Finally, they'll remember. When Abdul Kalam he came to Loyola College in Chennai. After function was over, the rector wanted to show him the campus of Loyola because he was already St. Joseph's College Jesuit student, alumni. And he was sitting and Parabarnalia in front, they were going, the officers. Then rector showed, this is the graveyard where Father Sequeira is buried. The moment Abdul Kalam heard the word Sequeira, he was the one who finally paid money when he wanted to discontinue his studies, educated him, sent him to be assigned, all that. He jumped out of the car, forgetting all his security. He knelt before the tomb. Father Sequeira, if you were not there, Abdul Kalam wouldn't be here. Very emotional time. Father Sequeira, if you were not there, President Abdul Kalam wouldn't be here. Father Sequeira, if you were not there, Bharat Ratna Abdul Kalam wouldn't be here. Father Sequeira, if you were not there, the missile man, scientist wouldn't be here. Bowed and kissed the ground. Why? People remember you forever. You are fortunate to be in the institutions. You are meeting thousands of people. They will ever remember you. The love. If you were not there, brother, what would have happened to my life? That moment, you took control of my life. People need you. It's people. Paperwork is mounting today. Computers are adding to this. All the time. Be careful with this. It can mesmerize us. It's like a devil. Once you sit in the computer, we say, you don't know how time passed. You forget everything. Remind yourself. Jesus, all the time Bible speaks about, he was with the crowd. He was with the multitude. He knew he had only 3 years to establish the kingdom and to train 12 men to continue the mission after him. He knew these 12 men were not up to the mark, but I have to train them. But he was not busy in that. He knew all that, but he was busy meeting people. Martha, Mary family, he wanted affection. We are not machines. All the time working. We are not work associates. We are human beings. Love and affection. He spent time. He had time to sleep, not burnouts. Everybody was frightened. Jesus was sleeping peacefully even in the storm. He had human emotions. He expressed to the disciples, I feel like dying. In the Garden of Gethsemane, sometimes we say, I feel like giving up. You can say that. Father, if possible, remove this cup. You can pray that. All emotions. But finally he said, not my will, let your will be done. He was surrounded by crowds. His whole time ministry was going after the sinners, handicapped, blind people, lepers, women, children, Pharisees, crowds. Is my life surrounded by? When there is holiday, when a longer holiday, I am peaceful. Now nobody will disturb me. I know a brother in Columbus School, famous school in Delhi, Hi-Fi school. They run a big CBSE school. The brother is not here, no transfer. That brother, he puts 10 minutes, everybody I will meet during admission time. Admission time, we always say that, tell them that principal is not here. Everybody knows he is here. But he is very different. He writes there, I'm here for everybody 10 minutes. Already, they cannot give stories now. Whoever comes, they say, brother, you can't give admission to everybody. This is the first time you make us sit at least. This, he says, it's tiring. This is my only evangelization time. I can't take the Bible and preach the word of God because I'm a principal. But that doesn't mean evangelization ministry is for a particular group. You are an evangelizer now. This is the time, 10 minutes speaking to them. Everybody is happy. Allow them to come to me. People are focused. People. Whom do people love? Highly educated. Who wants your education? Who wants your degrees? If you are loving, compassionate, kind, everybody will love you. Everybody. This is the commandment, I love you. It's not an advice given by Jesus. It's not an option. It's an obligation. Commandment. Love one another. Yeah, I have no time. But anyhow, we have, yes. When you look at the picture, some people, when I was showing, they said, it looks like a pipe. Somebody said, it looks like a snake. There were two fathers in our parish in Chennai, where I was general. One elderly priest returned in the night after visiting the family. Something touched, and then it was crawling. Then he knew it was the snake. Sweating, ran inside. He wanted oxygen. He was admitted in the hospital. Last anointing of the sick. After some time came younger father, the priest. He also touched something, crawling. Put the torch. He saw it's only a pipe. Then this brother went and told, Father, snake did not bite you. It was not the snake. You see, I brought it. I also passed the same way. This is only a pipe. Then the father started sitting, started talking, almost in deathbed. Already you are dead inside. The event plus I equal to the consequence. Not only the event, how do I look at that person? How do I look at same principal, same teachers, everything fine. Now principal is transferred, another principal. He can't get along with the 2-3 teachers, same teachers. How do I look at? It's my family background. The way I am brought up, the way I am, is my attitude. I send that retreat list as a secretary to my general. 2 superiors retreat, 2 batches, superiors have to come. Sent already the list. Then only 2 superiors' names were left out. Sometimes it happens when we prepare the list. One superior immediately called me, so angry. You don't know that I'm existing in the congregation? I'm not here. Where is my name? Sister, sorry, sister, your name is in the past. No, I won't come for any retreat. I won't come. I'm nobody here. Another sister called me. Sister, my name is not there. Sister, sorry, somehow I got missed. No, don't worry. Just tell me which batch I should come. It's fine. I mean, it happens like that for you also. You are human being. I will come. Thank you. Same event. How 2 people took it. Some people can look at the slush and blame. Some people can look at the sky and then appreciate. Yesterday, my sister, who is teaching primary school online, she did not call out one student name. She was calling everybody's name, not purposely. Somehow, yeah, tell your name, she said, finished. She went home and complained to the mother. Sister doesn't like me. She did not call my name. Children can take that way. Not only the event, how do I look at? Parents call the sister. Sister explained to you, it's not that I don't love your child. She called the child by name. 2 children, picnic, school arranged. They went home. One child told father, Daddy, I want to go for picnic. Daddy said, no child, we are struggling for food. Where can I pay money for picnic? Other child also, Daddy, I want to go for picnic. Same answer. But one child said, my daddy is struggling, therefore I can't come, brother, for picnic. Another child, my daddy doesn't like me. He doesn't send me for picnic. You understand now? Same event. In religious congregation, same event only. 10 people interpret in 10 ways. Different people can approach the same event in different ways. It's not only the event that is important. How do I approach it? Disciples say, send them away. Jesus says, let them come to me. Same. 4 people were walking in a jungle. First person went. He saw the snake lying on the way. Got so frightened. Shouted, my God, a snake is there. Fear gave him strength. He flew from there, ran away. The next person passed the same. Snake was lying there. He was so frightened. He was frozen. He stood like a pillar. He couldn't shout. He cannot go away from there. Stood there only in fear. The third person passed the same way. He saw the snake lying there. He cut a branch from the tree and then killed the snake. And then he took that another one standing there like a pillar and then took him out. Then 4th one came. He saw the snake already dead. Flies are around. But he was so frightened looking at. He crying, nobody comes to help me. Snake is there, but already dead. Same snake. 4 reactions in 4 ways. How do I look at this person, this superior, this situation, the function? It depends upon me. Depends upon me. My attitude. Unless I change my attitudes, I place before you 7 theories. 7 attitudes. These attitudes we need to change. Attitudes we need to change. Otherwise, life is going to be very difficult. First attitude. Make feel theory. I have that attitude in me. Make feel. He makes me get angry. He disturbs my life. Adam, Eve gave me. Eve, snake, the devil gave me. Adam again, not only Eve, the woman you gave me. Blaming even God. Blaming other. You make me feel. If this person is not here, I will do wonders. Either you transfer me or you transfer that person. Make feel. All the time feel. Make feel. Change your vocabulary. That's very important. What you say again and again, you become that. That's what you become. Mind your vocabulary. The lamentations. He hurts me. She irritated me. He disrespected me. He upset me. It leaves indelible mark on you. Can you control others? Do you have power to change others? You can only change yourself. You can only change your feelings. You expect a perfect world. There is no perfect world. Even perfect world you expect in your own terms perfect. So, life will not bring perfection. Nobody can disrespect you unless you allow it. 10%, you must have heard about 10 by 90 principle. 10% something happens. Yes. 90%, how do I look at it? How do I look at it? I have no time to explain that. So you go and sometimes tell your friends, you know what he said? And friends also endorse it. Are they going to help you? No. Yes, you are right. He also did that to me also. All the more your pain will be increasing. Be positive. That's why my meditation, Father Arul Raj knows, I prepared 8 days retreat. Because online, not online, I recorded. My meditations definitely will help you. If you get from Father Arul Raj, just listen. It will be very healing. We need that kind of retreat, not intellectually, emotionally. Transformational. Instead of looking at myself, all the time I expect, and I keep begging, please stop irritating me. Please stop make me angry. Will they do that? No. Or if they come and ask pardon, then I'll be happy. If they don't ask pardon, are you going to live in unhappiness? They have the freedom to say what they want. I have the freedom to accept it or reject it. If something is good, accept. If something is hard, reject it. If you keep on brooding over, you become unhealthy. Unhealthy. Be positive. That's what my retreat. I have no time to explain. Please, after that. Second theory, genes theory. Genes. I have always been like this only. What can I do? My grandfather also angry person. My father also used to get very angry. Therefore, I'm getting angry. Not that I want to get angry. It's in my blood. What can I do? That means I am not responsible for my anger. Who has to change? My grandfather has to change. My father has to change. Then only I will not be angry. So that means putting the blame on somebody. I'm not responsible. I go fast. Brothers, your duty, sit sometime and discuss what does this mean to you. Destiny here. Destiny. It's my destiny. This is my star, This is my fate. Wherever I go, one person will be there to irritate me. Wherever I go, one teacher will be. It's my fate. I even consulted one astrologer. Astrologer also told me, some people go to astrologers. He told me, wherever you go, you have to suffer. Already I was told. So in your mind, I don't take responsibility. It is my destiny. Once I accept it as destiny, what is there for me to change? What is there? I'm unlucky. I'm unfortunate to have people like this. This even to happen like this. I knew before I went there itself, I knew I will suffer. You are going with that attitude, destiny. You will not change. Blaming somebody. Unconscious theory. I never said like this. I was not conscious when I said it. Do you think I will say like this? When did I say? I don't even remember. Every time if you say I was unconscious, when are you going to come to conscious? You say anything and everything, but finally you say, I did not say it purposely. No. If you say, you can say you are unconscious, but I'm conscious, no. I feel the hurt, no. At least next time, you should know that you are unconscious many times. That is an excuse for you. That's your theory. Therefore, I won't take responsibility. You understand me, no? You understand. You understand. I won't change. You understand me. Deprived theory. It's very important. I did not get love from my parents. My father was a drunkard, All the time in my family fighting. We were so many children. We had to fight for our food. So you are coming from the back. I was deprived of normal affection. And my father spent all the money, used to beat my mother. Therefore, I start here beating children. What I was deprived, what can I do? No, I was deprived of good formation. Those days, what formation? Therefore, forever I'll say, we were not formed like today. Now you are formed, you do all this. I was not formed. But after that, so many seminars and retreats and modern meetings, but no, our formation. Our formator left the congregation, So what? Your formator leaves means so what? Deprived. I was not trained like this. I was not educated by this congregation. That's why I'm like this. All the time, blaming superior, blaming congregation, blaming constitution. I'm deprived of something. Therefore, I won't change. It's one reason not to change. You have to check which theory is deeply inside of you. I'm going fast. Time already. Enough theory. I am okay. I don't need to change. I don't need to change. What I am doing is fine. For you, I am very negative. I'm positive. I don't need to change. Some people are very much satisfied. Neither they evaluate their personal life in meditation, in examination of conscience, nor they are ready to listen to the evaluation of others. Then how are life? When you get into the flight there, Your feedback will help us to serve you better. Those who have flights experience, if they say that, they give a sheet there, feedback. Your feedback will help us to serve you better. For profit motivation, they are ready to accept feedback. How about us for kingdom's sake? Who are you to give me feedback? Can we get feedback from teachers? Can we get feedback from our students? Can we get feedback from our employees, support staff? Who said I'm right always? Can I be right always? Can the worker be right? Only my education and position makes me right. Their experience, none of us are finished products of God. One day, Philippians chapter 1 verse 6, one day He will bring us to completion. Until then, we are incomplete products. We disturb others, others disturb us. Never say enough. Holy Father went to Philippines. They said, Cardinal Thakle, I went there next day there, but other Holy Father left that year of consecrated life. Then when I went there, Father Thakle was preaching and telling us, Holy Father did not come here as supreme pontiff. He came as a learner. He came as a student. I want to learn from the suffering people. Their faith strengthens me. A Holy Father to say that. I learned today from that street child. Never say enough. I know everything. Nobody need to advise me. No. Learn. Ask others. Ask them feedback. Ask them, what do you think about? Is that okay? That's why I'm also asking feedback. Tell me. If that is, yesterday I said, give 5 minutes, 10 minutes straight. Fine. Otherwise, feedback will help us. The last one, impossible theory. It's very dangerous. Impossible. One sister was telling me when I went to that chapter, sister, you are only wasting your time coming to our congregation. One young sister. Do you think our sisters will change? Even 10 Inigo sisters come also, we won't change. Impossible. Give up. That's too dangerous situation. Is there anything impossible with God? Jeremiah 32, I like that. You read afterwards. Jeremiah 32, 26 and 27. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Is there anything impossible for me? Today, especially pandemic time, never give up. We pray. We make penance. We share. We go to the people. Something is possible. Something is possible. Even if God comes down also, there is no medicine for this sickness. Don't come to that conclusion. Sister, the sickness I have, one among a lakh only get it. That means nobody can cure you. Already you have come to the conclusion. That is, you have given up the battle. Don't give up. Till the end, fight. Fight. Fight for them. Everything is possible. As one day, we will put our man on the moon. Kennedy said that years ago. Finally, it was made possible. Finally, man went to the moon. We shall overcome. Martin Luther King, in that Lincoln Memorial Hall, he stood there and sang 1963. One day, these people will see us not with the color of the skin, but with the content of our character. It happened. Obama was elected, an Afro-American. What we think today, all will not be on the top all the time. They'll come down one day. You will go up. Learn lessons. Everything is possible. When you go to heaven, surprising questions. The person whom I never thought will be in heaven first. Your judgment is wrong. Anything is possible with God. Never come to the conclusion. Nobody can change this person. Even God cannot change. All chapters, all retreats, all everything we try. Maybe slowly. Growth takes time. You cannot plant today, tomorrow you expect fruit. Be patient. Work slowly. Don't give up. They are all God's image, disfigured maybe due to certain circumstances. If those things have happened in your life, you too would have been the same. Therefore, can I be nice to someone who is very rude to me? Can I be nice? Can I send blessings to someone who is very mean to me? Can I help someone who never helped me when I needed most help? Can I smile at someone who looks at me and turns away? Can I cooperate with someone who pulls me down all the time? I am asking, can I? I'm not saying, will I? Can we do that? We can do that or not. Will I? That is different matter. Whether I'm doing or not doing, that different matter. Can I smile at someone? Why should I smile at someone who is not nice to me? Why should I? Two reasons for me. That's why in my retreat I have given that point. Two reasons. One, why should I smile at you when you don't smile? This is my nature. Then only I know what is my nature. If I also behave like you, then what is my nature? My goodness doesn't depend upon your goodness. If you are good, then I will be good. No. I have decided to follow Jesus. The second verse, though none go with me, still I will follow. This is my brought up. This is my attitude. This is my nature. Your nature, if it changes, then my nature is fluctuating every day. When you change your nature, then my nature changes. When somebody asks me, what is your nature? Now I don't know because my nature changes according to your nature. No, it's my nature. You do whatever you want. I know what is my nature. Second, why I smile at you? I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. I don't want to get sick. I am God's child. I am lovable child of God. I'm trained to love people. This small event from this person, no. Maybe it hurts me, but still, I will not get sick. But what do we do normally? How do we do? I am nice to someone who is nice to me. I'm very nice to someone who is very nice to me. I'm extremely nice to someone who is extremely nice to me. Then Jesus asked in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5:46 to 48, even Gentiles do that. You don't need 3 vows for it. You don't need formation for it. You don't need religious constitution for this. Anybody can look at and hate somebody. Right? Everybody can do. But you are trained differently. Things will happen this way. So you have 3 options. One is reflector. What you can do when somebody doesn't smile at you and get angry with you unnecessarily, misunderstands you, shouts at you, you can reflect back. You did this to me, I will also do the same to you. That's easy. He doesn't talk to me. Why should I go and talk? I will also show who I am. Reflect back. You show this feeling to me, I'm also capable of showing. I reflect back. This happens mostly in our community. I do what you do to me. Or you can be an absorber. When somebody hurts you, humiliates you, pains you, you don't show it outside. You keep inside. Absorb the feeling, thinking, feeling the pain, thinking. Finally, you are perennial patient. Afterwards, headache. From either that day headache or from that day headache. BP goes up. All 90% of our sicknesses we call is because of this only. This only. Absorbing. Outside you don't show it out. They cry. If you say, why are you? No, I'm very happy. They smile. Looking at the face, we cannot believe internally what is happening. And what they say, we cannot. We need a third ear. This is the person who never reacts, we say. Never reacting. Reaction is also bad, but absorbing is also equally bad. Equally bad. The third option, you can be a transformer. What do I do? What do I mean by transforming? I transform their negative energy into positive energy. Vibrant energy. I send blessings to the person. I know the person is not well. You know, when a person is physically falling, what do? You hold the person, lift the person up. This person is psychologically falling. The person is not well, unwell. The person doesn't know what. No, the person doesn't know what about me? I am hurt. Yes, you are hurt. Send negative means that person is already negative. Negative, more negative. And then again, that's why vibrations we believe. We are surrounded by vibrations. That's why when you go to the chapel, you don't do anything. You get positive energy. Why? All those who go there fill that place with the positive vibration. Fill one person is enough in your community to fill with the negative energy. Send to that person positive energy. Blessings. To the negative energy, consciously I'm sending blessing. And that person, negative becomes positive. And you try to become, transform the energy. What do you want to become? You want to become reflector, reflect back? You want to be absorber? You want to be transformer. Knowingly, I'll send God's blessings. The person is, that's what Jesus did on the cross. Don't say I'm not Jesus. As a human person. Did a Pilate and the soldiers say, sorry, Jesus, somehow we crucified you that time. We were instructed. No, please, sir. Did they ask sorry? No. Did Peter ask sorry? No. That is their nature. Jesus' nature. Forgive them, Father. They don't know. If they know why they will do this. No, sister, she knows everything. Yes, that knowledge is different. The person doesn't know I should not speak like this. That I should not hurt like this. Once or twice I do, I learn lesson. Next time, no. Life is a journey between B and D. What is B? Birth. D, death. Between birth and death is a journey. What is in between? C. C is your choice. You choose. God gives us the freedom. When Israel people were standing, that's a beautiful sentence, Deuteronomy chapter 30, 19 you read. I place before you blessings and curse. The Lord gives objective type question. What an amazing God we have. He gives the question, He gives answer also. What answer? Choose life. He places before us both, but He knows that we won't choose properly. He is giving answer also. Choose life. Both will be happening every day in your community. Keep on blaming, complaining, murmuring, grumbling. It will reach us nowhere. Transform the negative into choose. Choice is yours. God cannot do anything with you. Choice is yours. Make it. Why am I left alone in the community? Check. Wherever I go, I suffer. Check. Everywhere you are suffering, then check. Self-critic and get feedback. Examination of conscience. Earlier we used to do examination of conscience. Afternoon 5 minutes. Night just 5 minutes. Just check. Up coming from the school, just 5 minutes, sit quietly. Don't say any prayer. Sit quietly, silent. I shouldn't have said that word today. I should have given little time for that employee. I shouldn't have uttered that immediately. How good that I appreciated the person. Good and bad, both comes to your memory in silence. Thank God for what you have done and ask God's pardon. So that afternoon you are getting ready. If you don't examine, afternoon will be horrible with you for others. Get feedback sometimes. Critic. You should know thyself. We know about everybody, but we don't know about poor self-image about ourselves, poor self-awareness about ourselves. Check. Self-critic. Not negatively. You have a lot of positive potential inside. Just check. Then comes self-realization. When you sit quietly for some time and analyze your life, then self-realization. Am I a reactionary? Am I arrogant? Am I usually angry person? Today also I behaved like that. You get realization, no? Yeah. Yes. Am I why I don't have friends? Am I a serious person? Therefore nobody comes to be friendly. Or I am not serious person. Everything I leak out. Therefore nobody comes and shares with me anything. Check your life. As a result, you get self-realization. Then, as a result of self-realization, now you take responsibility. I need to change. Rather than waiting for others, don't irritate me, don't upset me, don't No, I know. Even if they do, they are falling, they are unwell. I change. I accept. Rather than having expectations and entitlements, acceptance. Slowly I learned to, Lord, you know how much I'm going through. Therefore, personal prayer. Don't run and take the mobile and share immediately. You know what she said? Everybody will come to know. Rather than picking up the mobile, go to the chapel, sit there, fall at the feet of the Lord. You know the Lord, the pain. This is what mystical dimension. Otherwise, what happens? Before transfer list comes, before I go to the community, everybody will know who I am. News about me goes. That too, because of the gadgets, now we spread the false news very fast. False news. Please, the WhatsApp messages don't circulate. Don't use forwards, please. If you want to send, this gadget is very good without expenses. If you want to pass on any message to from whichever country we are, take it as a blessing and use it for good purpose. If anybody sends forward right there, no forwards. I have no time even to don't misuse, start using it. Then you begin to, I am responsible for what I do. I don't make, cup is broken, toilet door hit me. Rather than putting the blame on somebody. No more blame game. I should be careful. I learn lessons. As a result, relationship happen once again with you. These 4 steps. Then relationship. No more being lonely. I take the step. I begin to talk. I've seen number of people changing. After a good retreat, after a good seminar, they take personal responsibility. It's not intellectual seminar, brothers. If you just listen and go, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Have no time, just put there. Just formation is very important in emotional intelligence. Happiness is the inside job. It's a homemade product. Don't blame anybody for your happiness. I can be happy, joyful, religious. Is it my problem or theirs? Don't take everybody's problem on you and discuss about it. Don't waste. If somebody has left the congregation, what is your problem? That's maybe superiors will see to it. Don't waste your time. Why have they left? Rather than asking the question, ask, why am I staying here? That will be useful. Why am I still staying? They have gone. They are faithful to their vocation. Their problem, don't carry another. You know, that happened there, that happened. Why should you carry all the problem on you? Your problem is enough. Handle human persons with care. If you break them, difficult afterwards. No, what did I say? That only I said no. No, for you. Hard words is also very ordinary. Please, no, I'm not used to that. I'm very tender. You look at me and deal with me. Tenderness is not weakness. Tenderness is strength. Only spiritual, strong people only can be tender and gentle. Learn from me. That's the only thing. Personal auditing. Morning, afternoon, evening. If you don't do examination, lot of habits are formed and nobody can transform you. Nobody can. These are a little bit complimenting generously. Even plants will grow when you compliment. Even animals will do the work when you compliment. Complimenting is a tonic. It should be very genuine. I was complimented in my congregation. I cannot even say one word without stammering when I was in the novitiate. They asked me to propose vote of thanks. Then finally I was scolded. Then finally one day three people were asked to propose vote of thanks, three different people. And in the college I was sent. When I came down, my professor told me, the way you propose vote of thanks, you are touching the hearts, you have the knack. That word I picked up from that day. Till today, I have the knack of touching the hearts. I can speak hours together, people will listen. Yes, compliment. I discovered. You don't know even to write one line also. If somebody says, beautifully you are drawing, people afterwards, great artist. It doesn't cost any money to compliment. Don't judge. When you judge people, it shows about you rather than about the other person. Very, very important. Whenever you judge and say something, it shows about your character. As Mother Teresa says, when you judge, more time goes in judgment, less time in loving people. Romans 14:4, very punch question. Who are you to judge? Who are you? Son of Man came not to judge, but to save. I've come to liberate people, not to judge. Deal with the simple matters in a simple way. Don't take everything like Himalayan mount. So what is that? He did not wish you, that's all. There was no salt in the food, that's all. Shouting and making noise, what a simple problem. Simple problem. Don't take. If it is a moral theology problem, if it is justice issue, yes, you have to take it seriously. But otherwise, so many simple matters, petty things disturb our community. Petty issues. Hurt people can only hurt others. That's what psychology says. If I am hurt, I can only distribute hurt. What I have, that only I can do. If a person is hurting again and again, we have to help the person because the person is wounded. That's why easily, after breaking the person, also the person, what did I do? They don't even feel. You have people. It's one thing is for my spirituality. I have to take. I need sometimes like this. Otherwise, I won't stand on the ground. Second, the person. I conclude with that. I was invited to Germany. With that, I conclude a seminar. Sorry. I was invited to Germany. Berlin Wall side, I was given a mission to preach the word of God to the students and to the people. Translator was given also because I spoke in English and German. That time I was told, small, even 2 minutes only it will take. Germans were divided into East Germany and West Germany. And so much enmity, same Germans only. They built a wall so that we won't even see each other. That much of enmity. We build walls rather than building bridges. One day, East Germans, they brought the truck, filled the truck with the slush and mud and garbage and all dirty things and threw over the wall to the West German side. Anger, hatred, threw rubbish. West Germans, they saw the rubbish, everything that side. They brought a truck filled with provisions, cookies, bread, butter, eatables, cakes. and they threw the other side with the label, each one gives what one has. Each one gives what one has. If you are giving angry, enmity, that's what you have. So, yes. The questions, brother. Questions, anyway, you can take them afterwards. Just highlight. With the awareness of 4 kinds of relationships, how would you see your community? It's listening is not important, brothers. It will not do anything to you. What do you think is to be done to bring communion? Community is there, but there is no communion. Give your own examples for 7 theories. How to change your attitude. If attitudes are not changed, change is impossible. What would be your contribution to bring communion in your community, your province, as you are preparing for the chapter? If in your province, it's a very important question, the emphasis on mission has led you to neglect the legitimate community concerns. Mission, the whole time the province is harping on mission work. Therefore, community concerns forgotten. Mention any strategies that will help to restore the balance. Thank you very much, brothers, for listening.